Hang on.
I was waiting for it.
I don't know why I can't do it. I can't even like will myself to do like the like deep like the you know. You see, it's hard. Like
I'm gonna do a fake one.
that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to do the fake one. I'm just okay.
Yeah, there you go.
Hello, everyone.
These intros are getting better and better.
No, we're off. We're 0 for 2 to start the year.
I know.
Hello, everyone. We're talking about the movies that Pixar didn't release during the pandemic, but are re-releasing them now. This is not one of the 3 movies, but Onward, which got released.
The 7th highest grossing movie of 2020.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Got released like the month before. Like
weeks.
2 weeks before.
Very close.
Everything shut down in America.
Yeah, it was like that and The Hunt.
Let's start with Soul. It is obviously the most heady of these 3.
Yeah.
One of their most like heady in general.
Yeah.
Like WALL-E and this.
They're probably their most adult, you know?
Most adult.
Yeah. I don't think there's any kids clamoring to go watch Soul again,
no,
you know?
I don't think there's any kids that have seen Soul.
Yeah.
I mean, Sophie,
maybe by accident.
Sophie saw it, but she didn't really get what it was. Well, she knew it was about death, but other than that. Yeah, it's such a crazy movie to never be in theaters because this is like one of those animated movies that's made for the theater.
And the sound, like it won best score. It was Trent Reznor doing a Disney movie along with John Baptiste.
John Baptiste.
And it's amazing. That's like, I saw this, it came out 2021, right?
No, 2020.
My God.
Yeah, 2020.
I mean, you may have seen it in 2021, but it was like,
it was like
the day before Christmas.
Okay, it was
but
2020.
This was also co-directed by Kemp Powers, who now is doing the Spider-Verse sequels.
No,
so
and he had written that was a big time for him because he had written One Night in Miami as well. And
that's right. He's on the up and up.
Yeah,
it gets cute in the middle part of the movie when he goes to the afterlife and comes back out. You know, they have this whole like crazy going to this sand world like nightmare sequence. But other than that, then he's in a cat's body.
Yeah. And then it's just typical Disney cute, kind of Mario-y.
So if you're going to theaters, we definitely recommend Soul.
Yeah, I think, again, more for like older kids, like you're 8, you're 9.
Or yourself.
Or yourself, yeah. It's really great. It's kind of like a love letter to jazz music. I mean, this is the beginning of like John Baptiste is like everywhere besides the Colbert Show. You expect it to end a certain way and it doesn't. So it is definitely a movie. Yeah, I'm not taking like a 5-year-old to this. This is not a, you know, when you have kids, there's just movies that are like constantly in the rotation. A lot of Pixar movies. This Soul is never one of them.
Makes sense.
But maybe one day. It's just our other 2 though.
Let's get to the next one that was released in June 2021, and that's Luca. Silencio Bruno.
That's the only thing I know about this movie.
And it's a brotherhood movie.
Yeah. You know, it's really interesting. We're just, at the time of recording, a couple days away from Golden Globes, where Emma Stone describes Poor Things as a rom-com where her character falls in love with life. And I think I immediately thought because we were about to do this video, and I'm like, well, that's like Luca, too.
Yeah,
that it's
Luca is like that.
Luca is this sea monster.
Yes.
What do they call it?
Not a merman, but something similar.
It's like it could range from like Creature of the Black Lagoon to like Shape of Water.
Yes, it's more Creature of the Black Lagoon because they make his uncle is very much the creature
who is played by Sacha Baron Cohen.
Yes.
So they go exploring, and then they end up going to the city because they want a Vespa, like a scooter. It's just like the funniest, cutest little like, hey, what's driving this narrative? Oh, a kid wants a scooter, and that's what he thinks like is gonna be like normal human life is that everyone has a scooter, and he makes friends with another fish monster. That's Bruno, right?
No, that's Alberto.
Alberto, yeah.
Bruno is the voice in your head that you gotta get out of.
Yes.
You gotta get it out.
And then he meets a young girl from the village, and the village also hates sea people. Like they're like,
afraid of them.
They kill them. They don't like them, and so the whole time, and if you get wet, then you go back to your original form. So the whole time they're trying to like hide who they are, train for this race, this like triathlon of like eating and swimming and biking. It's just really cute, but also the ending is just.
It is so much like Stand By Me.
Yeah.
It's kind of insane because it's these naive kids thinking the world is this thing, and then no, it's very much your dad can just abandon you, and also people hate you for who you are.
Yep.
And so it's a lot of these things mixed together, and I think it's just it's the first movie I remember my kid connecting with.
Yeah.
Because you show your kid a bunch of movies growing up, they don't really like most of them. But there will be a few where you can tell they're into it.
Yeah.
They stop moving. They stop playing with their toys. And Silencio Bruno on, Sophie was into it.
It is a movie. It takes a little bit to get going.
Mm-hmm.
And then you're watching pretty much a fun, like, what could have been an episode of, like, Recess.
Yes.
And then it just punches you in the gut in the last 5 minutes. And you're like, dang, that's really good. Like, I've seen the ending, like, dozens of times, and every time I may not even watch the whole movie, but I'm just like, oh my gosh, there is like a symphony score at the end that just like sends you over, and there's a moment like without giving it away because it's really good. It's where you're just like, oh man,
it's like
really
the
good.
ending of Holdovers.
Yes.
Ooh.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
Okay. It's this very big emotional thing that you were not prepared for to happen.
Or like, it's like you're like, wait, what? Why do I feel this way? About 10 minutes ago, I was watching someone like shove spaghetti in their face for a race, and now I'm like,
those are the best
really
movies.
Good.
But I will say, of the 3 that are going to be released in theaters, this one's probably going to make the least. I don't know. Actually, I don't know how much any of these movies are going to make.
Yeah,
it's a weird experiment.
Yeah, but if it works, it works.
Yeah.
But Luca is probably going to make the least just because Soul and Turning Red have a bigger profile.
Yeah, you're right. I don't know if anyone's like going to be like, that's the one we have to see in theaters because they either watch it a million times or they're just like, I'm just going to watch it right now, like.
We have to, obviously, we're talking the final one, so we have to talk about it, is Turning Red. It is absolutely insane that it was not released in theaters because we already had Spider-Man No Way Home basically break a bunch of records. And you think everyone was like, okay, the theaters are back.
Yeah.
And then Disney was like, nah, Turning Red's going to be on Disney+.
Dumb mistake.
Is there a problem here? What are they doing to Pixar? Especially in a year where 3 months later they release a movie that is not great for Pixar.
Lightyear.
Yeah, but the less we talk about that, the better. it is just.
Forgot about that one.
But like, that's a movie. Like Turning Red is a movie that would have done insane numbers. Like it would have, not just for kids, but like it has that nostalgia factor for like people like our age. It's a movie that is so different than anything Pixar had ever done before.
Because while it's a puberty story and they did that in Inside Out, this one is very much focusing on like a teenage girl or preteen basically realizing period and all the issues they face, but also it's just as a red panda.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's marketable. It's got a giant red panda on the cover.
Yes.
Like, well, of course you're going to see it.
Lunchboxes everywhere.
Yeah,
you think
it is, and just the boy band aspect of it.
Yeah.
That they came out. They created a boy band with I think Billy writes all the songs, but like it's Phineas who's like in the boy band.
Didn't know that part.
The other Jordan Fisher, who's a big Disney person, a couple other people that you're like. Yeah, we should have like Four Town, like everything. Like there should be like a Four Town show at Disney World.
And what's crazy, also Ludwig Göransson.
Yeah.
What's crazy is you don't see merch anywhere.
Yeah.
You don't see merch for Soul, which makes sense. You don't see merch for Luca, kind of makes sense. But I remember the McDonald's toys. That's probably it. And then Turning Red, nothing.
Like you have to go to like Disneyland and Disney World to get like really good Turning Red stuff, or like just go to like the Disney store online to like that stuff's not at like Walmart.
But I think this one might make the most out of all 3 of them.
I hope,
just because it has mass appeal. It's loved by everyone. It might be like how they do the Studio Ghibli movies, like the Phantom events or whatever.
Yeah.
I think that's what built the hype for Boy and the Heron, is because people would go and watch those Ghibli films in theaters, even though they'd seen it like 10, 20 times. And I think Turning Red is that movie for Pixar.
I think it does have it does stand to have like the best because it does have the best release date. That like Soul in January is like
They
there
know.
you go.
They know.
Luca in February is like yeah, maybe.
Maybe, who knows?
But like this is gonna be probably in theaters as spring break hits, which that's when it came out like 2 years ago. And like that's why it would have been huge. You have like kids that are just like not in school and would have like loved to see this movie.
Yeah.
And you're like, they can just watch it at home.
What do you do? Panda.
Giant Panda, and I, you know, if you don't want to show your kid something, that's fine. But like, don't ruin it for other people. Like,
no, right.
I'm not gonna tell you what not to not show your kid, but like, I mean, heck, I think I loved this more than Eleanor did at the time, and now she loves it. And it's like,
and if you have a teenage girl that is struggling, going through that exact moment, this might be the movie to bond with.
Yeah.
Like sometimes if families bond over movies.
Yeah.
Me and my dad bonded over vampire movies. Zach and his dad bonded over
dad movies.
Dad movies.
Yep.
yeah.
I was trying to think of something not Porky's related.
It's the most interesting because you have a real vision, and you have someone who's like, I love anime. I love 2000s boy bands. I love like also other types of animation. I'm gonna just merge all of that and make something really unique and really fun that says something instead of being like, you know, like what if like light bulbs like had feelings?
Which is all the other. Well, not all.
You ever think of like if like the trash we throw away, like that has feelings?
What if everything feeling?
What if like everything was a thing?
What if this video had a feeling?
Oh,
it'd be bored.
It probably would hate
like
the feelings it's having.
I feel like we're just a couple Pixar movies away from being like, what if these Pixar movies had feelings?
Yeah.
And we've just gone in like a real big, terrible meta thing.
They're gonna do the lamp. Yeah.
Oh no!
Yeah.
I hate that like such a great company like Pixar kind of got shoved away for a while and done dirty, while it's like I don't know, like Encanto's great.
Yeah.
Like in Disney, it's almost like they can't think like we can't have both things be great. You know,
it's like no, you can have all things be great.
Star Wars can be great too. Superheroes can be great too. They can all be great at the same time. You just got to give it the respect it deserves. So
they're treating them as content when these are art.
Yeah.
And there's a separate. What we do in news is content because it's easy, digestible stuff.
Yeah.
Art is sometimes not easy nor digestible.
Yeah.
And Disney should realize that. Should we play the Steamboat Willie now?
Yeah, let's do it.
Legally allowed to. Here he is.
There he is.